Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we are going to talk about the New World economy, the information age, and the New World order, and how you can position yourself for success during this transaction that's happening right now as we speak. So first, we're just going to get into this. This is just a basic training to increase your mind on the potential that you have. While a lot of people think there's a limited amount of money, how you can actually realize the true transition of wealth, how that's happening, and how to position yourself accordingly. So I just drew up these simple diagrams I'm going to explain right now. So when you're targeting an audience, when you're out here doing whatever you have to do to get ahead and market and increase your following and make sales, right? Who are you going to target? Okay, first let's go over who you're not going to target. First, we have the elite right here, right? We have the elite 0.011%, way less than 1%, and it might be a less than 99% of wealth, but it's definitely between 90 to 98% of the wealth. The majority of the wealth is owned by an elite group of people. For example, Bill Gates, who's not even among the top elite, he's in this category, but Bill Gates has more money than the entire bottom 75% of the United States. He makes more money than the bottom 75%. So he makes more money than 75% of Americans combined, basically. All right. And then he's not even in, he doesn't own the banks. We're including the people that own the banks and own the financial systems right here in this. And they're much wealthier than he is, beyond our imagination. So chances are you're not going to be able to target these people because they don't really need to buy anything. They're pretty much set. They could just live off the interest or the amount of gold they own. But for safe record, you might be able to target one of these people if you have developed a cure for cancer or something revolutionary and make some money. But in all practical means, you're not going to be making money from those people. Then let's go over here. On the bottom of this, we have the world's population that lives on 60%, or 60% of the world's population that makes $2 or less a day. Now this is across the globe. Most of these people actually make less than $1 a day, but you have people in India, Asia, Africa, some places, South America, different places in the world that make less than $2 a day. Okay, so chances are in the economies, if you're selling something, it's not practical. Now I'm not going to root these people out completely, but as far as the majority of practical sales and stuff that you're going to be able to make, you're not going to make the money from the 60% of the population because they don't have the money to give you. So we're going to go over here to the people that do have money, and I'm going to kind of categorize these real quick. So over here in the 40% of the developed world, okay, you have different groups of people. Okay, you have professionals. So we're going to label professionals as making anywhere between let's say 100,000, just to be on the safe side, to 500K. Okay, so 500K. These people make anywhere between 100,000 to $500,000 a year. I mean, I would even go as high as $1 million a year, but let's just say $500,000 a year from their career or the small business they own or whatever it is. And then we have the working class. Now these people generally blue collar. You might have some people with degrees in here, but we're gonna say they make, let's just say they make an average of 30K a month. And I guess for this sake, we can put there's an area between here. There's people that aren't on the top tier of the developed world is average class, and they're not right here. I mean, they're not the working class, but they're in the middle. And then let's go over here to low class. These people typically cycle between unemployed and working seasonal to just not having money and being in the low tier of society. So let's put these people at about 15K a year average. Some of these people are only making $9,000 a year from Social Security, and other people are making $25,000 from working part-time for minimum wage in some states, right? Or some other parts of Europe, Australia, developed parts of Asia and the Middle East or whatever. Okay, so the reality is that this group of 40% of the world is about it's about 3.1 billion people actually. But let's just be on the safe side here and say that there's 2.5 billion people. Okay, there's 2.5 billion people. So if you did the basic math and you got $1 from each of these people, you'd have $2.5 billion, wouldn't you? So let's go ahead and get some altitude here. If we're right here and we kind of were just sitting here saying, okay, I see what the news says, I see what society says, I see what people say, how can I extract money from what's going on down here? Obviously you're not going to get it from these quadrants, it's already out of the question, it's just not realistic. But how can I extract money from here? While the news is saying that things are drying up and politicians are saying whatever they want, what's really happening here? Well, first of all, let's identify where we are at as far as the spectrum of information. All right, there was the agricultural revolution, right? And then we went through the period of the industrial revolution, which brought the industrial age. And then we've come to the information age, right? And what's successful in the information age? What makes money? What is the trend that all the big companies are booming, that are booming during so quote unquote down economy, right? So we'll put info. It's information, okay? Google, information site, a database of information. Now they've got email and they've got lots of services, right? And Facebook, very, very, popular site, information age. Amazon.com, information age, right? All of these sites right here, even Apple to some degree. I mean, they make money in the digital products industry and they have physical products, okay? But Kindle, Apple, even eBay is an extension of the information age. All of this stuff means that people buy things digitally, okay? And money is made from advertising primarily on the internet. So what can you do to extract some money from here? So let's see how much money is actually here. So I'm going to say on average between all of these people over here, the average person is willing to spend $1,000 on something. A total of 1,000. Some people aren't going to spend anything. Some people are going to spend $5. Some people are going to spend 10, 20, 30,000. But the average person is going to be $1,000. So if you do 2.5 billion times 100, that's 250 billion. Well, you do it times 1,000, that's $2.5 trillion economy. So let's label this as a $2.5 trillion economy. Okay, so a $2.5 trillion economy, you can easily get $1 million from that when you position yourself to know what's going on. Now, what are people actually looking for during this transition right here? What do people look for? Okay, let's go ahead and label things. If you're up here looking right here, what do you see that people want down here? What is it what they really want? Okay, they want hope. They want change. They want leadership. They want inspiration. They want energy. They want to feel sexy. They want to feel secure. They want to feel loved. They want to feel like they have hope, leadership, love. They want to feel community, a sense of community, right? They want to have knowledge, and some of it they want to know the how-to, basic stuff, how to get a website ranked on Google, etc. But this isn't the big stuff. It's more like over here. It's more the fundamental stuff, the belief, the hope, the drive. Okay, they want to feel healthy, right? They want to be prepared. They care about their families. Okay, and they want to feel, let's see, connected. Because we live in a culture where a lot of people just feel like they can't talk to anybody. I mean, let's face it, divorce rates are high. Facebook, social media, people are connected, but it's less personable. So they want to feel like personally connected with people. Now, when you can learn to do, okay, I forgot one thing. Entertainment, big one right here, entertainment. So when you can learn to find what people want, for example, the Harlem Shake. People right now, I mean, I was a latecomer to understand this because I had a different understanding of the Harlem Shake from about, 15 years ago or so, 12 years ago. But people want to be entertained, and the Harlem Shake, people are throwing things out there, people are capitalizing on putting advertising on their videos right now. Other viral trends they're capitalizing on because they understand people like to be entertained, and it's big money. There's people that make $1 million a year just from having commercials on their YouTube videos that are funny or whatever. All right, so we're in the information age, and your goal is to extract money from the developed world. And you need to feel good about doing it, because if you don't feel good about it, I mean, it'll repel all action towards doing it, okay? So these are the fundamental things. Now, there's a lot of systems out there that you can use. You can try to figure things out yourself. So here's how you want to go about it. A, which I would suggest to do, build an email list, a following, right? And sell them stuff. That's all you have to do, period. Now, to have integrity, you want to sell them stuff either you've created or you've used yourself. Okay, now you can do that. And the other thing you can do is simply advertise. Now you can promote whatever and just have ads on maybe videos, or even have blogs with other people's ads on them and get paid. But for the long-term kind of thing that you want to do, you want to gain a following and have money. And if you take $1,000, it's a matter of priority. Some of these people, they're going to separate with an Xbox and coffee for 2 months. All right, they're going to choose not to buy an Xbox and coffee for 2 months, and they're going to invest that $1,000. I mean, for the average person, some people are going to come in and spend $15 and say, you know, I was buying hope, and then they're going to go back to the drinking for the next 10 months or whatever, right? Okay, so people can separate with their money. It's all a matter of decision. Maybe someone else just lives with their parents still. They've decided to be smart, and it's a young person, and they're ambitious, and they realize that $1,000 is not a lot of money in the modern economy. It's not. You know, money has the value. It's 1/100th the value as it was 100 years ago for the U.S. currency. Other currencies, or it's even lower than that. So that means this $1,000 is literally worth what $10 was worth just 100 years ago in 1913 or so. Okay, so position yourself by getting a following, leads and a following, and selling them stuff that inspires them, entertains them, motivates them, teaches them how to go about creating a brand or even creating advertising and making money off it. I mean, there's a lot. It's just so dynamic. There's so many things you can do here. So A, you need a website, and B, you need visitors to that website, and C, you need to either, we'll do C1, capture leads, or we'll do C2, have ads. And then the point is to sell stuff, period. Sell stuff. Now the beauty of the information age is, let's go ahead and let me just hope you guys understood that. The beauty of the information age that we're in is that low overhead cost, okay? Now you don't have to buy a restaurant and have, you don't need, $100K to start or more, and then $10K for upkeep to, earn a 5 to 8% profit a month, after employees and everything. You don't need that. In the information age, honestly, if you're looking to succeed over the course of however long you decide, you're going to need 10K. And the profit margins on that are, they're unbelievable. They're 100% to, thousands of, let's put 10K% here. And this is all within the first year, as opposed to a traditional business that most of them go out of business in the first 5 years, but usually it takes 5 years to turn a profit, okay? Now we have this information age stuff right here that you can turn a profit with very, very quickly, all right? Because we're in the information age and you don't have overhead. 10K, that's it. Now this 10K, it can be generated through work, which means if you don't have $10,000, you might have $500, and then you're gonna work your butt off and you're gonna put in $10,000 worth of work into your business. Or if you have 10K off top, you can just put this 10K into targeted, tested advertising, right? Which means you target somebody, a group of a segment, you test it to see if it works, and then you tweak it. So if it sucks, you scrap the project, and if it's okay, you test something to make it a little bit better, and you make it better and better and better, and then you start another campaign, right? So let's just say someone's like, well, I don't have any money. I don't have any money. I don't have any money to get started. Well, what you might tell that person if they're a business person is you might say, look, John, how old are you, man? Well, I'm 34. Okay, John, you're 34 years old and you don't have any money. What are you going to do when you're 64 years old? You need to go get the money so that you have the money when you're 64 years old. Now, in business terms, if you're talking to people in business terms, what do they want to do? They want to make money, so you have to get rid of their excuses. You're there to coach them, not to sit there and hold their hand and walk through a bed of flowers. You're there to tell them what they need to hear, not what they want to hear. Okay, so you can either have time or money. I've seen people literally come into the woodwork with $30 and then they just take off and make millions, seriously, just because they have such a drive. They do free marketing methods, and by free it means it costs time. Okay, it doesn't cost money, as opposed to just throwing money at something and then all of a sudden, boom, you get a result right away. Free marketing, you throw time and it takes a little bit, and then you get your result. And then you say, how can I speed this up so that I get money to move over here into the money quadrant? And then just throw my money and get results. So this is the information age, guys. This right here is the information age. This is what's happening. So money is digital, right? It's digitally sold and it's digitally exchanged very fast. I mean, even stocks, info products. Now, stocks, you have to be more mathematical and intuitive as opposed to marketing, which you can just be creative and consistent. Okay, so we are in the money and digital age. Then what do we have? Okay, what is the New World Order? Well, it's starting off with that, and then we have like silver and gold. So it's basically silver, gold, technology, and health trends. When you can stimulate these quadrants right here, it just equals money, because these are what people are looking for. This is what's trending. All right, and when a currency devalues, let's just say like the inflation we've talked about, when a currency devalues, this is basic stuff, guys. What happens? Commodities skyrocket. So gold, silver, gas, food, right? Steel, all this stuff skyrockets in value. So if to succeed, whether you want to have money stowed away for your family or you want to help poor people across the globe who are going to be more affected by the economic crisis, if you want to help some of those 60% who live on less than $2 a day, whatever you want to do, the opportunity is in front of you if you're in the developed world. If you are in the developed world, you do not have an excuse. You just have to make it happen, all right? Basic introduction to the New World Order, New World Economy, and the information age. Hope you guys got some value from this. Get started blogging. Do what you have to do. Take advantage of the opportunity. I'm anticipating that we're going through momentum right now in this huge trend of the information age, and there's about 4 to 8 more years of primarily internet and mobile, just rapid profitable niches growing in both of these for the next 4 to 8 years. All right, guys, take advantage, take massive action, be blessed. Talk to you soon.